when you talk about 31, see, this is why players, we understand, we like, all right, and he averaged 31 in an offense that wasn't really moving that fast. He was moving more in a half-court setting. And we had a zone, so when we didn't want to guard him, we put a zone in on him. And he didn't shoot threes, averaging 31, right? So if Embiid is averaging 35, right, 34, 35, so his game is basically Embiid's game. Mid-range, get to it, get fouled. He's a lot faster coming downhill, and he was more energized like a Giannis and a Westbrook, right? And I'm pretty sure he would have been shooting a lot more threes in today's game, which makes him more dangerous. Yeah. And the fact that none of you guys are sitting in the lane and you got 5 dudes that's out, if you think Shea is a problem and Luka's a problem, now add someone that's fucking faster.
And has a mentality that y'all have no idea about. A fucking killer.
Quickly before we go to the next NBA player, in my opinion, I truly believe Allen Iverson could average 40 points in today's NBA, depending on who's the coach, so if he's allowed to score that much, and in what mindset he is. Skill-wise, not a question. If James Harden can average 38, Allen Iverson can average 40, not a question. But it depends on if Allen Iverson really wants it. That's just my opinion. Let's get to the next clip.
Last week, Kevin Durant said that Kyrie was a better player than AI.
He said he was better. No, that's not accurate. There's no need to elaborate. It's not accurate.
Kyrie is a special creature when it comes to handling that rock.
You know, he may have been a, better finisher closer to the basket, but AI was, they forgot he used to go in there and dunk that thing too. So, nobody scores like that guy.
Well, I think people want to ignore the fact that the evolution of the game. There is no Kyrie without an AI.
It's a different game because AI back then, that's when the carry was a little bit, so he can actually move you without moving you, and you actually had to go bite on the fake. So I mean, 2 different players, but I would say Kyrie right now. Yeah.
I love KD, but he's tripping.
The stuff, I talk to some of my family and stuff Kyrie's good, but AI is a different animal. He was coming out there getting 28, 30 a night.
It got to be a trick question.
Kyrie got a lot of work before he can be compared to that man.
That's debatable. You know what I'm saying? Kyrie still got a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? He has the potential to be better than Allen Iverson, but not right now today.
I wouldn't say one is better than the other. I think both of those guys is an unbelievable talent.
He's just a game changer, man. Allen Iverson was a trendsetter, and Kyrie, taking nothing from Kyrie, he's a great ball player. But Allen Iverson not only a game changer, but he's a winner.
They gave Allen Iverson a statue. I had the pleasure to be his teammate for a year when we played together out in Detroit. As a former NBA player, when you go on the road, you're going to have your fans out there, autograph, this and that, blase, blase, right? First road trip was like breaking news, like something happened, like media day or something. So many motherfucking camera flashes. As I'm watching this throughout the year, I'm like, yo, this motherfucker is a rock star. He's a rock culture star.
I got a chance to see it a little bit when we started the Big 3. I never got a chance to play with him in the NBA, but when we got to the Big 3, we got Ivo on board, it's on. We Big 3, we a startup league. We don't really know how we're going to sell out these arenas or get people in there. When we put Iverson on the bill, forget about it. Going to the game and just leaving the hotel, all the fans out there going crazy. You get to the gym, they're going crazy. You get around people like him, it's a different type of love.
Dog, I'm telling you, he's a fucking rock star.
Not a game. Not the game that I go out there and die for and play every game like it's my last. Not the game. We're talking about practice, man. We talking about practice, man.
Man, practice? Practice? We're talking about practice here. Practice? Man, we talking about practice. Not a game.
Not the game. We're talking about practice, man.
We're talking about practice.
I mean, how silly is that when we're talking about practice?
Practice? But I know how important practice is.
I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man.
Oh, you hear what you're saying?
What are we talking about?
Talking about practice.
Practice?
Alan, last I checked, practice make perfect. I just remember seeing the interview getting played over and over and over again.
We're talking about practice. We're talking about practice. We ain't talking about the game. We're talking about practice, man.
Yeah, call me the little shit. Little shit, get in there, go guard Iverson. Marbury was guarding him, so Marbury started off getting cooked. He had 24 already in the quarter. 24 points in the quarter, I had to go in and guard Iverson. I'm like, I've studied him, this has been my favorite player forever. We're not going for no Jordan crossover. He make a shot over the top, all right, cool, whatever. But he was making them shots over the top the whole time. So I just try to contest, he make it, the defense, better roll. He ended up having like, 49, 47 that game. And then I had the game-winning shot, so I kind of got the last laugh. That kind of like solidified me being in the league.
You won the battle, you won the war.
How was it coming into the league as a teenager and you get to play with Allen Iverson?
Mind-blowing, because if anybody know my game, I patterned my game, I patterned my style after AI. So coming in, I was terrified of the dude, like what he was gonna say, how he was gonna treat me or whatever, because a lot of times you don't want to meet the person that you look up to because they probably gonna let you down with how they act. So I was like, damn, man, I've been looking up to this dude my whole life. I would hate for him to be the person that I end up not with on his team. I remember the first thing he said to me, I was at a celebrity basketball game. He walked in and we made eye contact and he beeline towards me. My heart started beating fast. I'm like, oh, like he got a big entourage with him. And AI walks up to me and he said, you the little motherfucker they drafted to replace me, huh? That was the first thing AI said to me.
Damn.
But he said it while he was bear hugging me though. He was like, welcome, bro. Anything you need, I got you. That started my experience in Philadelphia. Once he embraced me, that whole city embraced me after
when you
that.
think about it, he doesn't really he's not really relatable, at that time with the cornrows, the tattoos, the smallest pretty much on the court on most occasions. Like, it is crazy, asking you, why did you think he was, just because of how he played the game?
I think the way he, to get to be there and see him in the way he played, I mean, this dude he was little. But he would always have these big bruises on his hips and burst a sack. If I'm not mistaken, he said he started wearing the sleeves because he would fall on his elbow so much that they would start swelling up like tennis balls. So he was just beat up, and he was saying, well, you want it now or later. And obviously, you wanted it later.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you'd see him kind of limping around, sitting down, and then all of a sudden, he was able to turn it on, and he would get beat up. That's when they could take you down. You know what I mean? Like big fellas would take it. Chuck scoring a lot, come over and get a hard foul. It wasn't a flag or nothing, just how the game was played. So just to see his day to day.
Who's on your short list of best competitors you've faced?
Michael Jordan, Allen Iverson are the two that come to mind immediately.
You know how killers respect killers. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. He knew who I was. I know who he is. He gave me that push. I gave it to him.
My generation, AI was much the same. I mean, from opening tip to the end, this guy was just going and going and going. And he'd always put you in jeopardy.
Yeah, he was the ultimate. He was the ultimate competitor, man.
And AI as a competitor, you drove me to be as more obsessive about the game because I had to figure out how to solve that problem, And I told him when I saw him here this weekend, I said, man, you don't realize how much you pushed me, and I don't think people nowadays realize how great you were as a player.